Hello everyone, in this video I'll be talking about communication in CSGO. So first let's talk about why is communication important. You have always heard that communication is very important, that in the best teams in the world communication makes a big difference. Well, that's because communication equals information, and when you have information it's way easier to play. So what I mean by this is, I'm gonna give you an example from a game that I played. Okay, so I'm running up second mid here, I have Mollet, and I'm playing anti-flash. So I cannot see if anyone jumps over boiler. And I hear one of my teammates that was with me saying that one jumped over in boiler. So now I was aware that he could be pushing, and I just peeked this crouched, and the guy was indeed pushing, and I had perfect crosshair placement, perfect peek, and I just killed him easily. As if I didn't know that happened, if my teammate didn't say it, I would just run out here like this, not expecting anything, and probably get killed. So that's why communication is important, because it can save your life at times, it can get you kills, and it can initiate plays that can win you around. Because communication is not only saying where the person is, communication is also saying something like, can you flash for me top mid? Can we retake top mid? Can we play this setup? Can we play that setup? Can you go in graveyard? Can you play on site? Things like this are also very important, and those are sometimes more important than saying where the enemy is. So those are essential things about communication. Communication is not only saying where the enemy is and how many enemies there are, it's also saying initiating plays and getting into setups. So let's talk about the good communication. Good communication will be clear, it will be concise, and it will be understandable. So if somebody is going out mid and you are there, you're a city, and you see that somebody goes out mid, and let's say you are with an AWP and you miss the shot, whatever, and you say one out mid. You don't need to say one run out mid, I don't know if he's gonna go short or if he's gonna go long, maybe he's gonna stay on top mid. You don't need to say all this. All you need to say is one out top mid. You don't need to say I missed my shot, he white peeked me. You just need to say one is out top mid, and your teammates from there can figure it out. They know that he can go short, they know that he can stay there, they know that he can come long. You don't need to say that. So you want to just be clear and concise. One out mid. If you get flashed off an angle, you say, I'm flashed and I'm falling back, or something like this. So your teammate now knows that if he decides to fight, he's gonna fight alone, so he can also fall back. And that's very important. Saying things, sometimes you feel like those things are not that important, but some things are important. It's important to say what are you holding. It's important to say that you got flashed off. It's important to say that somebody is out. Because those things can influence how your teammates play the round. Because they'll play accordingly to it. Another example of good communication is after you die, you just say where the enemy is, how many enemies there are, and maybe you say if you have hit them a few times. You don't start saying, I got so unlucky, or if you get a kill, you don't need to say, I hit an insane shot on him, oh my god, I'm so good, or something like this. Don't say this during the round. If you are really desperate, if you really want to say that you got unlucky, say it in freeze time, or say it after the round is over in general. Just don't say it during the round, because it distracts your teammates, and if you hit an insane shot, well, you can say that, but it doesn't really matter that you hit an insane shot. They cannot see it. Like, your teammates will not see it. You just say that, but it doesn't really matter. They don't really care. You can say it when you are watching the demo. Like, spectate me here, I hit an insane shot, yeah, whatever, and then they'll see it. But during a game, this is the most useless thing you can say, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't influence the game in any way. So that's bad communication, basically, what I just explained. Just saying unnecessary things. In general, bad communication is saying unnecessary things. And good communication is being clear and concise and saying the things that need to be said. If you have a read you can say that. But if you say one could be in apps and your teammate is here on site and you're playing the setup, that doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, of course there can be one in apps, but we knew that already. There could always be one in apps. So, how to improve your communication? What you need to do is basically play, because there aren't many things you can improve your communication with otherwise. You can play scrims and you can actively focus on communication. So when you are about to communicate, think, is this going to be clear? Is this going to be concise? Is this needed? Is this useless information? You can also practice in retakes. You can play retakes with your teammates. You can communicate, okay, let's get into this setup. Can you go on top of the first box and watch long for me? I'm gonna flash short. Just communicate everything in the retake server as if it was a real game. So basically what you have to do is you have to focus on communicating, focus on saying things that are important. Don't say things that don't matter, things that are useless information. And make sure to only say the things that need to be heard. And initiate plays as well. Ask for flashes. How do you say it? Offer flashes. Offer to get into setups. Tell your teammates where to go if you really need to. If you see that a teammate is not playing according to you, tell him, okay, can you go there instead and then you play on my contact or something like this, so you can play together. So this is why communication is so important. It can help you win many rounds. And if you learned something new, if you liked the video, just leave a like, subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming content, and thank you for watching.